Hey folks, this is TinkerCAD. This is one of the programs that's on the blog that you can download. It's a free program to allow you to get started into 3D printing and to export .stl files that you can print at a local 3D printer there on site if you own one, or you can look on the website and see the different places you can actually export to 3D printing services. So I'm going to make just a basic keychain today, not a how-to tutorial, but I want to show you a little bit about how TinkerCAD works, how 3D printing works. So I'm starting with the box here. I'm going to open that up and get it sort of down to the right size. Again, this is up to choice, but I'm going to create. Students really like to create things that they can put their name on. So start with a basic flat surface. Come over here and grab a cylinder. This is going to turn into my loop for my keychain. So I need to enlarge that out a little bit. Need to rotate it around here, make sure that's okay. There we go. And I think that will work. Now we want to pull this down flush with that. Rotate back around. And modify this maybe a little bit. There we go. So that's going to end up being my loop at the top. So to make an actual cut through that, we're going to grab the cylinder again. I'm going to come through. This cylinder is going to be a different size. Going to be a little bit smaller. And I'm going to click hole. There we go. Now I want to move it around so it looks appropriately centered there for my keychain. So make that a little bit larger, a little bit more of an oval shape. And then I'm going to highlight the entire figure and click group. That makes it a group, and there's the basic basis of my keychain. I like TinkerCAD because I can here we go, I already have letters installed, so I'm going to do an embossed kind of keychain. So I'm going to make a large letter here. I'm going to bring this down and put that at an appropriate size, make it a little bit larger. And I think there you can see that that is now embossed on the keychain. I want to rotate up a little bit, rotate down, make sure there indeed. So pretty cool little keychain already. I've been working for 2.5 minutes. Not trying to, again, not a tutorial, so not trying to go into too much depth on exactly how I'm doing this, but to show you as a teacher, as a librarian, how easy it is to get in and to have kids in a very short period of time begin to create things and feel empowered by those tools, and not feel like it's going to take forever necessarily for them to get good at this. I would consider myself very unartistic. So for me to be able to complete something like this in such a short period of time, I'm pretty pleased with that. Granted, I have tried a couple out, so this isn't the very first keychain I've ever done, but it does give you an idea. So grab this, make sure it's embossed, raised up there. I want to try to get the height about the same, and there we go. So this one looks like it's a tad higher. Maybe we need to drop that down just a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. So now I'm done with what I wanted. I got a keychain. Oh wow, that's out of alignment. Let's bring it back into alignment. There we go. Much better. All right. Looks like, well, still not quite seeming to be aligned. So you can see there's a little bit of some difficulties associated with getting things just right, and depending on how much of a perfectionist the child is that you're working with, the student, you know, they can spend quite a significant amount of time getting everything just so. So now we're done. They name them for you, which up here it says Stunning Bruticus. Weird names, I don't know where they come up with them. Just click on Design, go to Properties, and we can rename that. So I'm going to say Embossed Keychain. Alright, keep it private, save changes. Then I want to download this to my computer. If this computer was already connected to the 3D printer, you would just need the .stl file. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to download for 3D printing. I love how it even says right there, very it lets students know pretty easily, hey, this is what you got to click on to download to 3D print it. So a .stl file, click on there. I'm going to save that, click OK, and it is now saved to my computer. And I can put that on a thumb drive. I can email it, so I can do off-site 3D printing, such as the UPS store or other 3D printing services, or if I have a printer then there on site, I can print that out. So look for follow-up videos, and I will actually have this item printed out, and we will be able to see what that looks like in 3D. While I'm thinking about it, I did put another hole there in that one if we wanted to do something. Let's see if we can go to the community and maybe find, I'd love to find something like a star, just a different kind of geometric shape that might be interesting to change that. Again, like I said, this isn't a tutorial, so you're seeing literally what the students would be going through doing as well. So we could go through and see if there's a particular design that we might want to use that could highlight what we've already done. So we can click over here. You'll see there's text features there. Let's grab that. I've tried this one before. It can be kind of interesting. So we'll drag it over here, and it's going to let me type. So let's say Camera. It's the name of the school that I teach at. Okay, wow, all right, so now we've already got that. So we need that to be significantly smaller, obviously, or it's not going to fit on my keychain. So I'm going to do it as a whole again, because I want to put that in there, and we'll grab it. Oops. Obviously, as you begin to work with smaller items, it can get to be a little bit more of a challenge. We can zoom in. We'll zoom in here. Zoom out a little bit. Not sure why this box keeps popping up. I would prefer that it didn't, but maybe it's wanting me to, I don't know, do something or click on something. So Camera, it's almost fitting in there. Grab that. Come over here a little bit more. Now it looks like it's going to fit. Can I now make it a tad smaller? So I'm going to bring it down in size, and I would like it to be, there we go, nice and thin. Oh, now we do need it to be large enough to punch a hole, and since it is a hole, it doesn't really matter how large I'm making it that way. I just want to make sure that it punctures down through the flat of my, so now you can see how it's puncturing down through there. So I'm going to click Hole, and there I'm done. See if I can zoom out, rotate a little bit. Ooh, let's move it so it's offset, not offset. Grab the wrong object. There we go. We want to grab that and click there. Highlight this whole thing and click Group. And now I should have a nice printed hole through there. It says Camera. So Adam McCoy Camera. So again, not meant to be a tutorial, but to show you how quickly and easily, I mean, here we've been in the span of 8 minutes. And so you can imagine over the course of a class period, a student having 20, 30 minutes, especially over multiple days, to get in there and design after-school programs where they're there for an hour. Students love Minecraft, video games, they like characters, Star Wars, Legos, so forth. You can imagine the things that would start coming to their mind that they could start building on here. So let's save that again. So we'll save it. Download that. When I save it, it saves it to a TinkerCAD file that I can go back and edit. So it's not even, it's loaded on the website versus downloaded, so you don't have to keep doing this every time. You can just go in there and modify it. So that's another good thing if you're working for 20 minutes on a project and you don't want to download it, or the child wants to work on it from home a little bit. They don't have to be at school. This is a web-based app. So we're going to click on that and make sure that it has been downloaded to my computer. So there we go. We'll be able to then print that out tomorrow, and we'll be able to see what it looks like and admire our work in real 3D. We'll actually be able to hold that object, and that's sort of the power of 3D printing. If we click back over here to the TinkerCAD logo, this is my files, if you will. And these are the ones I said, so this is a web-based app, so these aren't saved on my computer, they're saved in TinkerCAD. So I can go in there anytime I want and modify them. So here's another keychain that I did that I'm going to print out as well and show you all what that looks like. So it'll be the first time I've ever printed anything out in 3D. I'm certainly looking forward to that and sharing that with you all. So hopefully this has been a fun little introductory video. It's been enjoyable for me.